Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a boy named Jack. Everyone called him Lazy Jack because he was too lazy to even lift a finger. His poor mother worked as a maid in town, struggling every day to earn their food. One morning she fell sick with a high fever and couldn't move. "Jack," she said weakly, "if you don't earn something today, we'll have nothing to eat." For the first time, Jack felt bad for his mother. "Don't worry, Mom," he said. "I'll find work today." That day, Jack worked for a farmer who paid him 2 pennies. Happy, he ran home, but the coins slipped from his hand and got lost. When he told his mother, she sighed, "Oh Jack, next time keep them in your pocket." The next day, a milkman gave him a jar of milk as payment. Remembering his mother's advice, Jack poured the milk into his pocket and ran home proudly. His mother gasped, "Oh Jack, you should have carried the milk on your head." The next day, Jack worked again and earned a big piece of cheese. Remembering her words, he carried it on his head. But it was a hot day, and the cheese melted away. "You should have carried it in your hands," cried his mother. The next day, Jack worked at a cattle farm. His reward was a cute kitten. He carried it in his hands, but it jumped and ran off. "You should have tied it with a rope," his mother said. The next day, he worked again and got a piece of meat. So Jack tied it with a rope and dragged it home. By the time he arrived, the meat was spoiled. His mother shouted, "Oh Jack, you should have carried it on your shoulders." A week later, Jack worked in another town and earned a donkey. Remembering her last words, he lifted the donkey on his shoulders and started walking home. People laughed everywhere, and one little girl laughed louder than anyone. She hadn't laughed in 5 years. Her rich father, overjoyed, thanked Jack and said, "Come with us, young man. You and your mother shall live in my house." From that day, Jack wasn't lazy anymore. He learned to think before acting, and his foolishness turned into a blessing. Moral of the story: think before you act, but remember, even mistakes can bring happiness if your heart is pure.